Now, my next guest is a regular guest, the great Kate Lincoln-Goldfinch. She's an immigration attorney with Lincoln-Goldfinch Law. Welcome back to the James Show, Kate.
Hi there. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Now, I hear a lot of complaints about ICE raids where the guys are plainclothes police officers, and some of them are hiding their identity with masks and not identifying themselves well. I just wanted to ask you, what are they required to do by law when they're making ICE arrests? Do they have to have some sort of ICE clothing on them, or identify themselves with a certain uniform, or can they be plainclothes? Is that a real complaint?
Well, law enforcement can make arrests in plain clothes. I mean, if you think about it, detectives often don't wear uniforms, but they do have to identify themselves, and it would be prudent of them to start with that and not make people wonder who they are. Sort of covering their faces with masks and refusing, of course, to say who they are is illegal and problematic, especially when we're in an era of like vigilantism, where there have been, clear reports of people dressing up like police officers and going after immigrants. You would think that law enforcement would sort of overcorrect and be very clear about who they are when they're trying to make arrests and detentions, but that doesn't always seem to be the case.
So if they don't follow that protocol, do they risk their case being thrown out in court?
Maybe. I mean, there's questions that can come up later about whether there was probable cause for an arrest, whether racial profiling was utilized. Somebody maybe refusing to identify themselves would certainly be open to having a complaint filed against them. Whether that would make the arrest unlawful, I think, would really depend upon the circumstances.
So if you're a legal immigrant and someone claiming to be ICE is coming to pick you up and you think it's erroneous, what are your options?
Anytime someone is being arrested by law enforcement, they can ask for identity of the law enforcement. They can ask why they're being arrested, and of course should always remain silent under the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution, so not giving a bunch of information. Really, the best thing in an arrest is not to run away, not to fight back, not to resist, because that can create other criminal issues. But this would be a scenario where if the law enforcement officer is refusing to identify themselves, then I don't think that resisting arrest charges would stick if someone was non-cooperative. So it's another reason why law enforcement really should just come right out with it and say who they are, and ideally wear uniforms.
Well, Kate, I wish we had more time. Sorry to make it so short, but I appreciate your expertise in the matter. Just had some questions come up, and I think you answered it for a lot of people out there.
Great.
Thank you very much. This is Kate Lincoln-Goldfinch, Lincoln-Goldfinch Law. She's an immigration attorney here in Texas. If you're looking for the services of such people, then...
Thank you, Kate.
You're welcome.